Question number 2. What is your favorite song of all time, and have you ever seen it performed live?
Oh, that's actually a really good question.
I feel like they stole that question from something. Like they went and saw an interview, like on MTV.
Right.
They saw somebody important ask that question.
My favorite song ever?
I can't narrow it down to one.
Well, I have 2, and it's a tie. I think you know what both of them are, right?
Is one of them by Metal Church?
No, don't be silly. I think Pat and Penny told us not to be silly.
Oh, that's right. Well, they told us not to be something.
my
Skid Row?
No. My 2 favorite songs in the world are Imagine by John Lennon.
Oh, I knew that.
It's impossible to sing that, to see that performed live by the original artist, because he's dead.
Okay.
But tied for first place, Mr. Jones by the Counting Crows. And yes, I have seen it, and I did not enjoy it.
Did he do the thing where he kind of was all over the place with the words and the rhythm?
He changes the rhythm and the melodies and all that. It doesn't even sound like the same song. The band is playing the same song.
Yeah. He's an artist.
It's no offense towards him. I mean, the show was really good, and I like that ad-lib stuff to an extent, but...
You just want to sing along.
Right.
I know.
I want to sing along.
Well, let me tell you, I can't narrow it down to just one, but several of my favorite songs are by Tom Petty, and I have heard them live, and they were even better than I could have ever hoped.
Well, now I feel...
He's not dead.
Now I feel inferior to your concert watching.
Well, I'm sorry. I sang along every song, just singing. My dad was there. He got a little drunk.
And your dad teared up a little bit, right?
He teared up?
Yeah.
They came out with You Wreck Me. Bow, down, down.
Yeah.
Tears.
Was he just like, I'm not crying?
Yeah.
I ain't crying. I ain't crying. Give me
Then
that
we had the big concert-sized beers, and he was drinking it like this for a really long time. I think he was trying to cover up.
He turned into a 6-year-old.
Yeah, he couldn't. I didn't see him cry because of this huge beer.
All right, so the next question is, what/who is scarier at 3 a.m.? Mark Cantor, Tony Gatone, BF Bowling for Soups Guitar Tech, or an actual living bear? And why?
Ooh, this is very circumstantial.
Can I go first?
It's circumstantial.
Also, I think these questions we can answer as a group.
Okay, go.
So you.
I believe it depends on if Mark and Tony are together with a glass bottle.
Okay, that's very... I think it's either or, but that's a good asterisk one. Mine is, it depends on if the bear knows how to text. Because if the bear knows how to text, then it can call a taxi, and it can go and cause havoc in other parts of the town. Which is what Mark and Tony do.
Mine is if the bear can tell time.
It's bear unless it has the talents of Mark and Tony, in which case Mark and Tony.
I think Mark and Tony is
no.
a bear.
Okay, so we have to choose one. Let's go with Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
I think Tony has more life experience than all the bear and Mark.
Tony is tricky because he foams.
Ooh, he doesn't throw
Yeah,
up. He
he's
foams.
He's not human.
Yeah, when he gets really drunk, he doesn't throw up.
He doesn't throw up. He foams.
Foams.
I foamed.
Side question.
I don't throw up. I foamed.
Tony and Mark versus a bear. Who walks away?
Tony.
The bear.
Only.
Tony only.
Because Mark gets really enthusitic and gives his life for Tony.
Guys, let's stop being ridiculous. A bear has like giant claws. They're like 600 pounds. It'd take both those guys out.
Right, well, no, I think it would
That's
kill
less
Mark. But then Tony,
Mark would sacrifice.
Mark would sacrifice his life for Tony.
So Tony would go behind and choke the bear
Right, when
out.
the bear's not hungry anymore, he's
The
just
bear
fighting.
would go behind Tony.
The bear's just fighting for
Show
turf at
off.
that point. He's not even fighting for fighting.
Are there cubs involved?
Ooh, yeah, they'll get more vicious.
I wonder
you know
why they
what?
wanted these questions.
Let's reopen the case.
Hey Mario, get your shit together.